Welcome back to my 185 reef tank. It has been a year anniversary for this tank. I wanted to give a kind of overview of what I've learned and what I would do differently for this whole build after doing one for the first time. What I'm really happy with is buying the tank off of Craigslist. I looked beforehand as far as wanting a 185 reef tank, because of the whole dimensions with this wall and where I wanted to put it and everything like that, and being that someone else already bought it and had all the holes drilled in for it and paid for all the piping and everything like that, it would have been over probably $2,000 just for all the pipes and the tank and acrylic itself. So buying it off of some guy who didn't want it, who didn't know anything about tanks and off of Craigslist is definitely a way to go. Another thing is building my own stand. That's probably a little bit more fun, you know, pride and ownership after everything's all said and done and you kind of put it together. You kind of sit back and say, yeah, you know, my stand sits at 45 inches tall, not 36 like they usually are, so you can actually stand on it and look at it and not have to bend over and take a look at, you know, all the corals and fish and stuff. So it's definitely a better way to go. One real good thing about the build was this back compartment here, you know, where all the pipes had to, you know, go in for the closed loop and the drain, and mounted all the what are they called, ballasts for the LEDs and stuff like that, all in the back. And it also gave me plenty of room in the back to put that pump. My automatic top-off system, you know, more room for future if I want back there. So it's a good, I can't remember if it's 12 or 16 inches back, but it stands off the wall, but it's a lot better for more diverse things that you may need. What else? Oh, I would not do the polyurethane and stain combination. In the sunlight, or if you get up real close to it, you can kind of see streaks of stain and streaks of polyurethane. If I would do it all over again, I definitely would have just put the stain on and then put the polyurethane after the fact. That 2-in-1 thing is okay for, you know, quick and easy, but in my case, if I want to look right again, I would definitely have it stain and then polyurethane. What else? People can get lucky with their live rock. I went with the dry rock route, where everything was dead. Nothing was built in, or I'm sorry, not built. Nothing was, you know, bought live and put in, and it kind of takes longer, for sure. You know, you can't put exotic corals in there right away, but it was a lot cheaper. So just takes longer time to get everything ready for it. And some things, if someone who's looking to get something real quick and real fast, you know, definitely go ahead and buy $5 a pound of live rock and you know, put in your corals. But for me, I went with the dry rock route. The skimmer, I mean, it's LEDs and it's Miracle Mud. They say you don't need a skimmer, but for me and my purposes, I think it's a benefit to have a skimmer. You can get away without it. It just takes, same thing, takes longer for nature to kick in, and also you would need probably more live rock to counteract the bio load of all your fish. So keep that in the back of your mind. Another thing with the build, I've left mine on the carpet. I put it straight onto the carpet, and because I didn't want the vibration from the pumps to echo through the whole house or through the floor down below, and I left it on the carpet for that purpose. Now, with doing that, you have to realize that you will have a subtle effect. I had to kind of go back and touch up some of the edges on this with paint because it was attached at a certain height, and then as the tank settled, it showed. It's settled at probably a good quarter to a half inch, which is a lot, thank God it still stayed level and everything was structurally sound. But I mean, it can be kind of dangerous with, you know, however many, what is it, however many pounds 200 gallons is. I think he times that by 8 or something. So what else? I think that you have to buy high quality salt. I'm using Tropic Marine Bioactive. I started out with that because it was I got good reviews, and I'm glad I did, because I don't have to dose any kind of calcium or alkalinity. Now, I do have quite a few corals in here. I don't necessarily have a bunch of SPS corals or high demanding calcium and magnesium corals, but at the same time, my perimeters with the Miracle Mud and the high quality salt, you don't have to worry about keep on dosing kind of thing. Check your parameters all the time. So that's, you know, save your money in the long run with buying high quality items and or materials. My review for the Miracle Mud is that I gotta believe that the trace elements are there, especially for fish. I've only lost probably a total of four to five fish, maybe even less than that, a maximum of 4 fish, and they were all, you know, they're all still great color and thriving, running around, having a good time, and I got, you know, made a pair of clowns there, and it's great. So the Miracle Mud does definitely help for fish. For corals too, I mean, there are some SPS stuff I had problems with, and it might have been a flow issue for me, and it might have been whatever issue, being a rookie and everything. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure out what I need to do to make the SPS corals work out. The other thing that I've learned, if you're gonna have a fixture on 24 hours a day, get one that's gonna last 24 hours and more worth your time than like a power compact or metal halide fixtures, because it's going to run hot, it's going to run your electric bill up. But if you switch out to LEDs, then everything is going to be a lot cheaper for you in the long run. Problems that I'm having right now is still with the cyano, and the cyano stays down here, thank God, but I don't know why. I'm not sure why. It's going to be maybe an issue, a maintenance issue that I have to do constantly every week. Just go in there, pick out the red slime, and cut out the Cheeto and all that good stuff. But that just might be an issue for me. I haven't figured out a way to counteract that. Yeah, I could use ChemiPure and put some chemicals in the water, but I kind of want to do it naturally and figure out the reason why it's like that. Maybe it's in the design of the sump itself. This is the Miracle Mud ecosystem sump, and maybe the flow isn't right for this kind of particular situation, but I'm not sure. I did end up buying an NP40. It's on Reef Crest. That's the yellow mode right now, and what that means is that once it is with those little LED markers there, it gets really high. That means that the blade on this is spinning a little faster, and if it gets lower, it's going lower like it would be in a reef or more of a natural kind of thing. I gotta believe that having a closed loop with the sea swirls and the NP40's gotta be enough flow. It's gotta be enough flow. Other than that, my year in review is kind of still a learning process. Every time you try and think you got something mastered, you always have to find something else that went wrong and figure out a solution to the problem and go from there. But it's a learning process every day for me. It's still a learning process, and hopefully it'll get better and easier. But for right now, after a year, I've learned a lot, and going to continue on learning. Thanks for all the subscribers who've chimed in and gave me their 2 cents on what's going on and what's the best way to go about things. I will continue to update videos and hopefully have people chime in and help me with my problems, and I appreciate those who have. So keep on watching, and thank you again.